is about. There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
We're digging under the airwaves of mainstream radio in the case of misstep music.
You can expect to hear songs that don't get played from the artists you know and love.
Funk to punk,
rock to reggae,
hip-hop to doo-wop.
Look beneath the surface of the mainstream.
The music may surprise you and expand your musical cuisine.
Join us, Ryan
and Emma,
for a time warp into
history repeating.
Welcome back to History Repeating.
In case you don't know, we're a radio show run entirely by first-year university students at Toronto Metropolitan University. And what we kind of do is we interview different artists from the past, from the 50s to the 90s, and kind of get to hear the stories maybe that they don't often get to tell, and get to hear some songs by them that maybe people don't know.
Yeah, and this week, Ryan had the honor to interview the legendary Shirley Jones, who was a member of the girl group.
The Jones
Girls.
Which was with her sisters, her two sisters, and they were incredible. They've been singing for a really long time, and they're a big part of the Philly sound.
Definitely, yeah. You can really hear it in their harmonies and the way that they practice and train together when they're especially really young with their mom, who they did backup with, and also just leading into all of the other singers that they got to perform.
And I mean, such a classic R&B singer, and they did so many good songs. But I guess the first one I feel like a good introduction to is their biggest hit, at least their biggest hit during the original run of the group, and it was first single I think on the Philly label. And it's called You Gonna Make Me Love Somebody Else. So this is the Jones Girls.
You gonna make me love somebody else if you keep on treat me the way you do. Ooh, you gonna make me love somebody else if you keep on treat me the way you do. I ain't did nothing to you. I just love you with my heart and soul. Every time I need some loving, why do you turn cold, I ain't dumb, I ain't stupid. I know you need love like I do. 'Cause if you ain't loving me, who in the world you loving? Tell me if you don't want me around.
And that was a classic song by the Jones Girls, their first one on Philly International, and first gold record.
It's such a smooth song, and you can really hear like the harmonies and how they just really sing in unison. Just the sisterhood, really.
Yeah, really big harmony group. And of course, there's nothing like family harmonies. Family harmonies are incredible. And of course, it was Diana Ross who actually helped them get on the Philly label. She really gave them the platform.
She really just jump-started their careers, really, and got them out to different producers and things.
And of course, who knows what could have happened? Diana really gave them the advice that they needed and was really mentoring them. Yeah. So this is what Shirley remembers about Diana Ross, kind of helping them get with Gamble and Huff at Philly International and giving them the platform to perform.
We pretty much always had record deals. We were with Holland Dozier Holland's label. Then we went to Curtis Mayfield's label. Then during that, from Curtis Mayfield the label to when we started working with Diana, we did not have a deal. Diana's the one that helped us get with Gamble and Huff by giving us our own spot in her show to sing a selected song, which I If I Ever Lose This Heaven by Quincy Jones. And she would tell us, I'm going to go change my clothes now. I change outfits 4 or 5 times a show. And I want you girls to find a song and I'm going to introduce you to the world, because at that time she was on the outs with Motown and she did not want us to sign with Motown. And when we were in Philadelphia, she told us Gamble and Huff are going to be in the audience tonight. So yeah, I'm going to bring you guys out and I want you to do your thing. And at that time, Philadelphia International had the OJs and Billy Paul and Teddy Pendergrass and Gene Carn, McFadden and Whitehead. I mean, they were the hottest company going back in the late 70s, early 80s. And so we got out there and did our thing, and they came backstage immediately and said, "Are you girls signed with anybody?" And we're like, "No, we're looking." And then when they said, "Well, would you be interested in coming to Philly International?" That was like, we looked at each other and we felt like kids in a candy store, because to be on that label, which was the hottest label going, it was magnificent. That's all I can say.
I think the Jones Girls just really had this great inspiration and influence on the Philly sound, really, as well as Shirley in her solo career, too.
Yeah, they're a big part of the Philly sound and did so many classic songs for it. And I think probably one of the best examples of a classic one is their song "I Just Love the Man," which I have to say, when I was doing the interview with Shirley, I said my favorite was "Children of the Night," which it was at the time, but that definitely changed to "I Just Love the Man." That is such a good song.
It really is.
So if you don't know it, let's take a listen to "I Just Love the Man."
Hey, Shirley.
Yes, Valerie.
You know, we're your sisters, and we love you.
Right?
I've been watching you, and you don't look good at all.
Oh, no.
I hate to tell you this, but your man, he ain't doing you a bit of good. He's running you in the ground. You should leave him. Cut him loose. I mean, you're a young, nice-looking girl. Everybody likes you, even me.
Oh, yeah.
You have a nice personality, and so on and so forth. And you know you can get another man. Somebody who's gonna treat you like a lady.
Look, I know that you love me and I know you're concerned, but there's one thing that you just don't seem to understand.
I just love the man,
And I don't care
what you say.
I just love the man,
'cause he treats me the way that I want to be treated. When I need to be needed, when it comes to loving me, he's alright. When it comes to providing for me, he's alright. He's mine in 'Cause when I'm down, he's the one that makes me feel real good inside. He makes me feel going. He makes me feel so alive. Now look, Shirley. Now what do you want, Brenda?
I don't know who you're trying to fool. And even Mama said we should talk to you about this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause all that stuff you talk about him providing for you, that don't mean nothing. I mean, where was he at when your rent was back 3 months? And we had to all put our little bit of money together to keep a roof over not only your head, but his head too. You see, I'm not trying to get in your business, but I just couldn't hold this back any longer.
See, I'm glad you and Mom and Valerie, I'm glad you're all concerned, but this is something you will never understand. I just love that man, and I don't care what you say. I just love him, I love him, I love him, 'cause he treats me the way that I want to be treated, when I need to be needed. When it comes to loving me, he's alright, yes he is. When it comes to providing for me, he's alright. He's my inspiration, and no one will ever understand our relation. 'Cause when I'm down, he's the one that makes me feel way down deep inside. He keeps me going. He makes me feel so alive. I just love the man. Oh, I love that man. He treats me good. I just love him. I love him. I love him. Oh, I love the man. The man is mine. Oh, I just love him. He treats me good. He treats me kind. Late at night, the man is mine. I just love him. I love him. Oh, I love that man. Oh, I love that man. I just love the man. I just love him. I just love him. I just love him. Say it. I just love him. I love him. I love him. I just love him. I just love him. You got me now. I just love the man. I just love him. I just love him. Oh, I love that man. I just love him. I love him. I just love him. I just love him. Say it. I just
I mean, that song it's such a good song, and it's like a classic girl group song. But it was done, I think, 1980, which, way after the traditional girl group sound. Yeah. So it was kind of like with the 3 Degrees last week. It was like they took the girl group sound and they elevated it.
I think they really elevated it with the monologue at the beginning, and Shirley had like a great story about the monologue too.
Yeah, so let's take a listen to Shirley about coming up with that whole monologue. It's a really good story.
I Just Love the Man, which was one of our big hits. That song, the talking part was not even in the song. And it just so happens that we had finished the song, and Gamble, we were in the sound booth, and he said, "Hold on a minute, wait a minute, girls. I love the song, but it's missing something." And he was in the studio. We were in the recording booth, and we did not know that he was listening to our conversation while he had asked us to hold on. So we're standing there, and Brenda and Valorie, I was going through a situation with my boyfriend at that time, and they were like, "You should just leave him, because you've gone through so much with him, and you need to just let him go." And we didn't know Gamble was listening. And he said, "That's what we need. That's what we need on that song." And then he said, "Let's take a break." And we all wrote the talking parts out, put it in the song, and that's one of our bigger hits. I Just Love the Man.
I mean, I Just Love the Man is just one of the examples. I mean, every single song that they did, incredible harmonies that they came up with themselves.
I think they just really, Shirley was talking about how they just tweaked a little bit of their harmonies just to get a new sound every time. And they just really want to be a lot different from other girl groups of the time.
And Shirley, she really does a great job at telling about working on those harmonies.
It was just the three of us. My fondest memories is the just the three of us with no boyfriends around, no girlfriends hanging around, just us, the three of us creating and trying to do something, always something a little different with our harmonies to set us apart from all of the other girl groups.
I mean, the harmonies on all their songs are so good, but I think Children of the Night is probably one of the best examples of the harmonies. They're so smooth.
I think it's one of their international hits that they had. Really.
And classic song. It's such a good song. So if you don't know it, then take a listen to Children of the Night.
So in Children of the Night, Shirley has the strongest lead to the song, and just her sisters just balancing it out, and just great layers to their harmonies.
Yeah, because she's lead, but blends right in there with it. It's not like they're backup singers to her. It's like they're all together singing the harmonies, and harmonies are so important to songs. They get overlooked a lot, but you can really tell when people put in the work.
Yeah.
And they didn't always. Shirley said, she sang lead on probably 90% of the big hits. But on their biggest hit, their biggest international one, Nights Over Egypt, they purposely sang in unison on it. And it was really interesting story to hear about when they were approached with Nights Over Egypt. So this is Shirley talking about that song.
But some of our biggest hits was where all three of us would be singing. But 90% of the hits, I'm doing the lead. But on our most recognized song around the world, Nights Over Egypt, that song, we purposely chose to have the harmonies and the unison be the lead. If you notice, there's no step out, there's no lead or anything on Nights Over Egypt, just all those beautiful melodies and harmonies and unisons.
I mean, Nights Over Egypt it's such an incredible song, and the instrumentation on it is incredible on that song too. The whole thing, they really blend together on it.
Just all their voices combined is just so great. It blends so well with the instruments as well too.
And how no one's singing lead. So if you haven't heard Nights Over Egypt before, this was the first Jones Girls song that I heard. So if you haven't heard it, then take a listen, because it's a really great song. And that was Nights Over Egypt, a really incredible song. Such a good song.
I think Shirley just really gets into the mood of the song, and as you were talking to her about, she really gets into the emotions, and almost like an actress would.
Yeah, when she is given a song, the way she approaches it, it really gives another meaning to the song and makes it really personal.
Yeah.
So this is Shirley talking about kind of how she looks at a song when she is first given it.
You know, the way I approach a song is probably the way an actress prepares for a part. I study the lyrics and then I place myself into the situation of the lyrics and proceed to go from there. That's always been my process. Even at 15, 16 years old, and even when I didn't understand a lot of the love relationships that were in the song, I would still pretend and try to put myself into the lyrics of the song and what the writer was trying to convey to the audience, and studied it and then put my thing on it.
It was really interesting to hear how she kept that kind of mentality of how she approaches a song throughout her entire career, whether that was with the Jones Girls or when she went solo.
Yeah, I think one of her really huge #1 hits right when she went solo was the song "Do You Get Enough Love,"
which first single that she did, and it is such a good song. And actually, I didn't know that song, so if you haven't heard this song before, take a listen. It's a really great song, and I love the ending. This is "Do You Get Enough Love."
You're not by yourself. There's others out there like you, going through it too. Some unlucky than others. When it comes to romance, nothing is guaranteed. We're all taking a chance. Baby, do you get enough, get enough, get enough, get enough love? I wanna know, I gotta know, I wanna know. Baby, do you get enough, get enough, get enough, get enough love? If you don't
about love, most people think you're talking about hugging and kissing, touching, feeling, and messing around. Yeah, I like messing around, but only with you.
I mean, Do You Get Enough Love? That's such a good song. To have as your first single, no wonder why it was a #1 hit.
Yeah, just a great late 80s song, and she had a really awesome story to tell about it, too.
I mean, classic soul song, and really, the story behind it, it's just she happened to be there, right place, right time type of a thing. So this is Shirley talking about how she kind of just happened to get this song, just almost by chance, basically.
I just happened to be walking down the hallway at Philly International on Broad Street after Kenny had asked me if I wanted to come back in to do a solo project. And that was not one of the songs that were presented to me. Actually, that song, Bunny had just written for the OJs, and the OJs had turned it down. And I'm like, they turned this down? And he said, yeah, they don't want to do it. And I'm like, this is a great song. I want to do it. And he said, well, go ask Gamble. And if Gamble say you can do it, let's do it. And we did. We went in there. Gamble said, you want to do that? I said, yeah, I love that song. I said, the lyrics, I love the song. We went in there, and right out the bat, the very first single off that Always in the Mood album went to #1.
I mean, Shirley, what a great song, Do You Get Enough Love, to start off with going solo. And I mean, she had an incredible solo career, but she's still, keeping the Jones Girls legacy alive. She always has.
I think she just keeps the harmonies and just the sound, that great R&B soul sound with her.
So this is Shirley talking about having gone solo in the 80s and, keeping the Jones Girls legacy alive, keeping her sister's legacy alive. Even up to this day, she's still performing, still doing it. So this is Shirley talking about, preserving that legacy.
For several years after, the fact that we broke up, we weren't even really communicating that much. But I enjoyed my years with them. But yeah, it was different being out there and having hits and then having to perform without my sisters. But I enjoyed it. And I enjoy it today because I'm singing all Jones Girls songs. So it brings back all those memories of when I actually was performing with my sister. So I had a great time with them, and I have a great time now with, because they both are gone, but I have a great time now keeping the Jones Girls legacy alive.
Shirley isn't slowing down by any means. I mean, she's still going strong today.
She actually has her new album coming out pretty soon too. I think she said in April.
Yeah, and she just loves being in the studio and getting out there, and she's still performing all the time. Mm-hmm. And she put out a song during COVID called Soul Stepping that she was so eager to get back into the studio and do it. So this is Shirley's latest single, Soul Steppin'.
With all the challenges that we all just went through, I tell you, I call it challenge overload. But now it's time for us to shake it off and let's do some soul stepping. Here we go. Things are back open, time to go outside. Wanna get back to dancing, so glad I'm alive. No more isolation, time to get back out. No more being afraid, just wanna dance and shout. It feels like love is in the air. Yes it is. There's love and happiness everywhere. Ooh, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Feels like I'm in heaven. Feels like heaven. We made it through the darkness. things are back open. Time to go outside. Wanna get back to dancing. So glad I'm alive. So glad. No more isolation. Time to get back out. No more being afraid. Just wanna dance and shout. Feels like love is in the air. Oh, yeah. There's joy and happiness everywhere. Feeling so positive. Feeling positive. I'm feeling so upbeat. Time for some soul stepping. Time for some soul stepping. It's time to move my feet. Oh, step to the left. You better step. Step to the right. Step into love. Step into the light. Step, step. Step into the music. Time to move and sway. Just keep on stepping, 'cause it's a brand new day. Ooh, things are back open. Yeah, time to go outside. Wanna get back to dancing. So glad I'm alive. So glad. No more isolation. Time to get back out. No more being afraid. Just wanna dance and shout. Feels like love is in the air. Love is in the air. There's joy and happiness everywhere. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. It feels like I'm in heaven. We made it through the darkness. Now it's time for some stone stepping. Step to the left. You better step. Step to the right. Step into love. Step into the light. Step, step. Step into the music. Time to move and sway.
When Shirley was talking to me about the song, it was she was telling me, it was kind of a song for the times.
You can really hear the old kind of R&B coming back, just especially from the time with her sisters and just the soul and the harmonies and everything.
So this is Shirley talking about working on and what this latest song means to her. I guess it would be fair to say, about the times.
Yes, it was about the
Yeah.
times, right when things started opening back up again. And that song has done very well. And then some friends of mine asked me, could they do a remix on it that in the UK? And they did a remix that was on the Music Choice charts for like 12 weeks in the top 30. So that song's done very well for me as the first song since the pandemic.
And did you just feel like you had to get into the studio and record something new?
Yes, and I'm just going into the studio again to record a record that will be out probably mid to end of April, because I do get those urges, and where I have to get into the studio, and I got to get in there and sing and put something out.
And Shirley is still active, performing all over the world. She was telling me that she's got dates booked up throughout all the spring and the new album, and she goes to Europe all the time to perform, really keeping not just the Jones Girls legacy alive, but really keeping classic R&B, preserving that, because there's not a lot of that around anymore.
You can just really see how the crowd just loves just hearing her and the past songs, and also her new music too, that she's really bringing in the R&B sound and soul.
And she, as she said, she's really bringing people kind of back to, I guess, their youth when they were, better days in the 70s and 80s. And I guess their most popular song a lot of people love is Who Can I Run To, which was it's not a single. They wanted it to be one, but it's a really, really great song, and it's probably their most well-known, I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely most popular on streaming services. So this is Shirley talking about who can I run to, and just getting to record such an incredible song.
That is my favorite Jones Girl song. And I tell my audiences that That is my favorite Jones Girl song. And it's because of the lyrics and it's because of the music. And I think that's one of my best vocal performances as well. And we did not want it to be on the B-side. Back in the day, there was an A-side of a record and then a B-side, because everybody thought that song was a hit on its own. And we wanted Gamble to put something else on the B-side, but he didn't. But then in 1995, when Escape redid it and sold all those records, it brought back a lot of attention to people who didn't know that the Jones Girls had done it originally. So it brought us a whole new fan base.
So if you don't know Who Can I Run To, which I'm sure a lot of people do, it's such an incredible song, and I guess it doesn't really need any more introduction. It's just an incredible song that really stands on its own. So this is Who Can I Run To?
As I stand here contemplating on the right thing to decide, will I take the wrong direction? Oh, my life, where will I go? What lies ahead of me? I have strong determination, and I'm not afraid of change. I have yet to find that someone who would care to satisfy me, to stay right by me. Oh, who can I run to? Who can I run to? To share this empty space. Tell me, who can I run to when I need love? Who can I run to? Who can I run to? To fill this empty space with the laughter. Who can I run to when I need love? In my mind, it's so confusing. Who will be that special one? Every day I'm trying to find you on the run. I've got to know, is there a place for me? I know love has many meanings in a message very clear. All it takes is time and patience to bring it near. But who got me? Tell me, who can I run to? Who can I run to? To share this empty space. Who can I run to when I need love? Who can I run to fill this empty face with laughter? Who can I run to when I need love? Tell me, who can I run to? Can I run to when I need love? Tell me, who can I run to? Can I run to when I need love? I wanna know who I can run to when I need
Listening back to all of your interviews with Shirley, you can really hear how she really just loves her sisters and just taking the legacy on with her, and just the R&B sound and soul and just into her modern music as well.
And as you could tell with Who Can I Run To, I mean, Shirley Jones and the Jones Girls, they've always been up there as like one of the greatest R&B artists of all time. I mean, it's an incredible legend, and it was so great to be able to actually talk to Shirley Jones. I mean, she had so much to talk about. I mean, she part of obviously the Philly sound, which is such an iconic sound. But then even like her new stuff in that, she's really just carrying on the R&B legacy, and it was incredible to be able to talk to her.
I think just thinking about how she just builds off of the audience and the emotions that she was talking about, especially in your interview, I think.
And hopefully, if you didn't know who Shirley Jones was, or the Jones Girls, or maybe you didn't know some of the songs, hopefully we introduced you to a new artist and some new songs that are really incredible. And until next week, I'm Ryan.
I'm Emma.
And this has been History Repeating.
If we all love each other and treat each other the way we want to be treated, there will be no wars and no crime. So let's try it. Let's take it from here and love. Do you get enough love?